Hey everybody, this is Sean,
And this is Kevin.
and this is the one other thing. Sooner or later I'll remember that on my own. But yeah, we got a list of things to talk about today, as we often will, just to keep us on point. And unfortunately for me, my top of the list is my birthday. So it was Monday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. I am, as my boss told me so eloquently, I am now half of 90.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fantastic. I'm as old as you, buddy.
Yeah, isn't the old joke if you put all your candles in the cake now, it would actually make the smoke alarm go off?
That's fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would. It would. You'd have to have a big cake.
It's really that point now.
But birthday means, of course, when you're a nerd, it means you get games. So I told you a little bit about it before the show, but I got Doom Eternal was one of the ones, and I'm gonna weigh it in at a 7.5. I'm gonna give it.
7.5.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. The graphics were great. It's fun to run around and shoot things, but there was a lot of platforming.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of the platforming. Now, granted, I was cheating like hell, so that helped a great deal.
Yeah.
I already beat the game, but a lot of fun. Recommend it.
How did that compare to the previous Doom game?
I liked it better. I think it had less platforming. And it was prettier, of course. It just looked better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I liked it a lot more. I liked the way once you got through the platforming, you kind of entered an arena of sorts for each section, and I kind of enjoyed that. But yeah, I don't know what it was about the previous one. It just seemed like too much jumping for me. But anyway, I'm weighing in at 7.5. I definitely think it's worth a play. I thought it was pretty.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh my god, must drop everything.
Well, it's a new game, so I'll probably play it when it's in a Steam sale for $5.
No, in all fairness, it was on sale for 50% off because I spent $8 though. I spent $30, and yeah, like whoa for me.
Still a little high for me. I like to get the bundle deals.
Way too rich for my blood. Yeah, normally I spend like $5 tops, or 10, and I just got a bundle of 20 games.
Yeah.
But I decided to splurge, crack open the old wallet, as you say.
Yes, with the the crowbar. I always use a crowbar to crack open that wallet.
Without a doubt. But since we're talking about a first-person shooter, we realized we did not talk about the game, the game that is, was, and will be kind of thing. That game being Unreal Tournament 2004.
That deserves the crown of being the best shooter
ever.
Arena shooter.
Arena shooter, yeah. It's just the most fun. To this day, we still play it, I would say, on a fairly regular basis.
The graphics still hold up.
They're good enough, and you got to go insta-give, folks. We just one shot and you're a dead person. You got to go that route.
Yeah, the mutators, as I call them, the mods, really make that game too.
Like the zero gravity.
Yeah, zero gravity. Yeah, all that stuff. When you're like me, you're good at the insta-give, and then the big open maps where I jump and you're jumping in slow motion. Oh yeah, you're gonna shoot my face off.
Pretty much.
If you see me, you'll say, "Who's that going slowly?" Oh, it's got.
Yep.
There goes his face.
Exactly. And you'd think at some point shooting each other would cease being fun, but we've not even scratched the surface on that point because we're not even close.
Yeah, I think also the claim to fame of that game too that really makes it fun is all the extra maps we've been able to download that the community put together, and that's some of the best maps I've ever played on any kind of arena game.
Without a doubt, yeah, they're a ton of fun. Yep, it keeps it spicy, and it's just for that game, it's still. Sadly, when I curse aloud when Kevin kills me because it surprised me so much, I'm so shocked. That game still does that to me. I still jump and I still basically curse your name because you're slaughtering.
Yeah, we call each other names during that game. It's a venting process. I like that game.
Yep. So I know we touched on it a little bit in the origin stories, but simply because my name is so awesome. But wanted to make sure we paid proper respects to UT. 2K4.
2K4, yeah. Definitely the best one we played, even though they have still on, alpha or beta of the newest Unreal Tournament for about, 5 years now?
It's been a long time, yeah.
It's getting better. It's pretty good.
Yep,
it's pretty. Not Unreal 2004 good.
Nope.
It still isn't. Even an Instagive doesn't quite feel the same.
I've played the other Unreal since, and it's just 2K4 is where it's at.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Yeah.
We've tried many, many games, and don't get me wrong, we'll continue to try many, many games.
Yeah.
I was a Quake fan too. I like Quake Arena a lot, but
yeah, we played all the way through that one game. Wasn't Arena though. It was when we played co-op of that.
It wasn't serious.
Shadow Warrior.
Shadow Warrior. That's what it was.
Yeah, so that wasn't Arena, but yeah, it was fun. but it still was Unreal 2004 fun.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No, but you could jump off of anything you wanted and not die.
Yes.
And that will never cease to be amusing either.
Yeah, because that's what makes a game. But that's the one thing. Unreal 2004, you can jump from any height in that game as well.
That's true. Yep.
So I think that is the recipe for a good game. Can you jump from a tower and just be okay when you land?
Exactly.
That's to me that's perfection in a game.
Yeah, you've learned from playing numerous games with me that at any point the shortest path is a straight line.
Oh yeah.
So if there's a cliff I got to jump off, so be it.
I watch you when you play any game. I'm like, what? You take a paths I wouldn't even think you could take. Especially if I'm following you in a game. Like I think we're playing Minecraft Dungeons, and you're like, I didn't even know you could do that. You're jumping on boxes, and I'm like, you can't even jump in the game, and somehow you're jumping on boxes to get through a path. I'm like, what?
It's just I'm like water, man. The path of least resistance. I'm gonna find it.
Now when I play that map, I do the same thing now because it's quicker.
Yeah, it is. Just a little bit. That's funny. I haven't actually gone back to that one at all, but I do owe that time. And likewise, new season of Diablo that I have not even touched, and you've already crushed from the sounds of it.
2 days. Not even that. It's probably, one late night staying up to 4 a.m. and then playing the next day. Boom, done.
Done.
Season 21, man, that just...
It's kind of nice, though, but I'm going to be honest. I'm looking forward to you power leveling me so I can be lazy about it.
Yeah, so that means you could probably do it one night.
That's even better.
Yeah, you could probably... Yeah. It was one of the easiest seasons. They threw a couple of things from, Season 8 in it for people who never collected it, and I didn't.
Yeah, did you have to do the full thing? The full Monty?
Yeah, you have to do the full Monty.
What do you get for it?
You get a pet that looks like it's on stilts.
Okay, so now I got to do the whole thing then.
And you get a really cool frame. It's actually my favorite frame now.
It's interesting. Is it the rainbow with the clouds? Because that one's awesome.
I just got a text message from Steven. He'll know if he listens to this episode.
Nice. Shout out to Steven.
Yeah, Steven, if he listens. He just finished Last of Us Part 2 a couple days ago.
Okay.
And he didn't want to listen to my spoilers episode yet, but he gave it a 10 out of 10 in that game.
Wow.
He in fact, he finds the game better than the first game. And I see his perspective. And he talked me into it, and I'll raise my score from last week of 7 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. I still don't think it's a perfect game for me, but I can appreciate his points.
Steven had some strong arguments, huh?
He had some strong arguments.
Fantastic. Well, look at that.
And he's texting like crazy right now.
You're very popular. So, what was the shtick for this season of Diablo?
It was I don't think they've ever done this one before. It was just like the gods of nature approve upon you. It had something like that. They approve of what you're doing, and random elements would happen. So every now and then it would start snowing, and your enemies would just start covered with like a giant snow boulder, or you would just get like this rainbow lightning randomly, and it would just kill everything.
Okay, so it just kind of F up some things around you.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Nice.
So it was just, so you would never know. Sometimes it would, if you're doing a greater riff, like a greater 100, and you're struggling a little bit, and all of a sudden you get an element, and you're like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That'll move the bar along quickly.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. And I think there was a lightning one. I forget all the elements. It was elemental stuff it was doing. I don't remember what the wind one was.
I frankly don't even know why I play it anymore, because it's more like an addiction. Like, I have to complete the season and get the pet that I'll never use because
I like the pet.
Do so. Absolutely have to do it. I don't even know if I can call that. Yeah, I can't even say if I enjoy it anymore. It just has to be done.
After I completed so quickly, I felt cheated a little bit. So I went back and I just power leveled with other people just because I wanted to participate in helping other people in the season.
Oh, that's cool of you.
Yeah, so I decided to go a whole bunch of multiplayer stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
And just help people out.
I bet people loved you for it.
And at that point, I didn't even care what I got. So and if I looked at I had a barbarian with me, I would drop everything that had anything to do with any orange or anything.
Just hook them up.
Just give everything.
But that's why you start getting good stuff too. The game knows you need to stop caring in order for it to respond. Yeah, that's what I started getting primals, like good primals, like primals I'll ever use. I got a list of like 30 primals I'll never use, but I can't delete them because they're primal. They're so hard to get. And I just realized if you don't know the game Diablo, you have no idea what we're talking about, so you just want to skip this section, I guess. Yeah, but, or go buy the game because let's give a shout out to Diablo. They've worked out a formula,
And I know Blizzard's in a downward trend right now because people hate them for a lot of reasons.
I celebrate the whole thing. I mean, granted, I never did World of Warcraft, but
yeah,
I love that company.
But yeah, I think they're a great company or great. They make great games.
I think they do stupid shit on a regular basis. I think they have no idea what their fan base is thinking. But other than that, I mean, they make great games.
But they make, to me, the best formula for grinding I've ever seen, because they like other games like Elder Scrolls Online. I felt like grinding was a useless venture, but here, it feels like they just give you a little bit. Just to hang on, one more dungeon, one more greater rift.
That was something I read in this game, is they wanted to make it so every time you played, your guy got a little bit better.
Yeah.
The tiniest bit, you know? And, of course, all those tiny bits add up.
Yeah, and now I can play the game like, so, Riker, shout out to Riker.
Mad shout out to Riker, yeah.
Yeah, because he put out a list, and then he put out another website where you follow these 20 steps, and you'll power level yourself to level 70. And then you follow this list and pick whatever character you want to power level, and it'll tell you exactly what passives and actives to put on you guys to be most effective for that level without any kind of special sets on. And I gotta tell you, it made the game way easier because I was more effective.
Oh yeah, just knowing what to do and when to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they always say start the game on hard, and then if you one-shot things, immediately crank the level.
Nice.
And I would say in the first 2 hours, I was already Torment 1.
Nice.
So it was freaking easy.
Well, I get to, this season, take it easy and use the good old technique of wait for you to get super high level and then just carry my demos along. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that.
I think you'd make it halfway there if I take you one greater rift level 100.
It's awesome.
And you'd be like, oh, I'm already 100.
Yeah, but the problem is, I can't do that till I'm 70.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, great game. Highly recommend. I personally recommend the entire Diablo series.
Yeah. And there's still rumors, Diablo 2 remaster. I'm not gonna wood. They said there's proof out there.
I'll say it this way. There's been a couple things over the years that Duke Nukem Forever, I'm looking at you, that I heard about for a long time, and then finally it came to fruition, despite all belief. Yes. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm looking at you, even though we're only a third of the way there, I think.
Yeah.
But I think we will see a Diablo 2 remake. The question is, when?
There's rumors by Christmas.
I don't believe it.
I think they're trying to get some goodwill now, so I think they're going to try for it.
Well,
whether they make it or not, I think they're trying for it.
That would be one of the few exceptions.
Yeah.
I went into great lengths to explain that I only bought Doom Eternal because it was half off, $30, which is typically way too rich for my blood, but I splurged.
Yeah.
There are exceptions to that rule.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, I effectively spent $600 on it.
Yeah, because you need the PlayStation. It's funny that was a system seller for you, but I can see it for a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I literally bought that game or the system because of that game.
Yeah.
Yep. But certain, Diablo, just the game comes out, I buy it.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
The remasters, I don't think they've been charging the full like $60. I think it's been like $30 or something for the. I think the first Diablo, I think it was only $30. The remastered one, it wasn't a full $60.
The first Diablo?
The remastered Diablo 1, when it came out.
I don't remember what it was when I bought it off GOG, and it was like $10 with the expansion.
Oh yeah, with the Hellfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I played it and I liked it, but you and I played Diablo 2 once, and I liked that better. So I'm looking forward to
Diablo 2 was the shit. I definitely liked it. It was a lot different than 3, actually. Yeah. And I suppose push comes to shove, I think I like 2 better.
A lot of people like the way 2 played. And I think that's what Diablo 4 was supposed to be. They know that people like Diablo 2 better. And I think they're going to try to introduce some elements from Diablo 2 back into the Diablo world.
I think it was grimier. I think it was darker. Diablo, when I first turned Diablo 1, I loved because it was just so grim and dark. And I'd never seen anything like that. The Butcher was downright terrifying. Yeah. It was fantastic. And, I think Diablo 2 I think it's just progressively become more, I don't necessarily want to say cartoonish, but while the gore has probably increased, the fear has decreased, if that makes any amount of sense.
Yeah, especially if you don't listen to the story. The environment has to tell the story, And the environment in Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 is different than Diablo 3. Diablo 3, I mean, like, the only scene that has any blood in it at all is the streak going to the butcher. Is it the butcher? No. Yeah, it's the butcher. It's a streak of blood that's showing up going to the butcher's area. That's it. There's nothing else that's kind of like frightening, and even all of Act 5 is a little more magical than it is frightening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're not afraid of Malthael.
Yeah.
Although he kicks my ass and in hardcore mode he kills me, but.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
But yeah, but anyway, and Belial was freaking beautiful. I will throw that out there.
Yeah.
Well done. Cool. Props. So props to Blizzard. Highly recommend the whole Diablo series.
Yeah, I hope they make a comeback and they stop being idiots.
Yeah, I mean, they produce good games. They do happen to be morons, but, hopefully they can figure out that, hey, you have fans, and, you might want to, I don't know, figure out what they want before you go and make a mobile app.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at you, Diablo Mobile.
Yes, which I'll never download and install.
No, nobody has.
No.
Isn't that out already?
I think it is. I have no idea because I
nobody
really
cares.
Just like
I
got blinders on when it comes to the mobile games.
Yep. So, anywho, moving on. So, got a topic here that is both TV and video games, and that is that you said you heard something about a Fallout TV series.
I've heard, and that is the end of what I heard.
That is a great story. I
yes.
like that.
Yes.
I hope the fans did. I actually did read an article about this a little bit. Skimmed it. I don't really read anything. I just kind of skim. And basically they said a Fallout TV show is coming out, but they also said there's one already on the web that is some kind of like double secret probation in conjunction with Bethesda. So like they're involved, but it's not on the book. I don't know how that works, but some kind of back alley deal there. But Bethesda's somehow involved, and this apparently is the adventures of a couple people in the wasteland, and like one dude's just always after the Nuka-Cola, and they stuck with the whole
the themes
universe, I guess, of Fallout. And apparently it's not half bad. I've yet to watch any, but
there's a couple Fallout. Fallout was inspired in a book, the game itself, A Boy and His Dog, which is a apocalyptic book.
Yeah.
Which I've never read. I really should learn how to read.
It would be cool if you did.
Yes, but apparently that is the book to read. It's supposed to be a really good book, and I don't know much about it.
A Boy and His Dog, huh?
A Boy and His Dog.
You know who wrote it?
No, okay. I don't know who wrote it. But I should check that out because the whole point of the Lone Warrior, and the fact you get that dog in the game was based on that book. And second, there are people who have stated that there's already a Fallout movie out already. It's been out for years, starring Denzel Washington, because they were actually inspired.
Book of Eli?
Yeah, I would say it's not. It's a great movie in certain portions of it. It could have been so much better, but you can tell when you watch the movie, it's Fallout, and they were inspired by Fallout.
How about the 1975 film?
Yes, old film.
A Boy and His Dog.
Yeah, so there's a movie too, and I've never seen the movie, but I don't even know if the movie's any good. I'm sure the book is better, especially 1975.
I'm just trying to figure out who wrote it.
The only thing good about 1975 is it produced both you and me.
That is well played. That is very well done.
Take that.
Are you certain it's a book?
Pretty sure there's a book. It was based off of.
Okay, just making sure. Okay. I have to check with you. Well, that's why I asked, because I have to check with you. But
I'm pretty sure I heard it was a book first.
I believe it.
Into the movie. Again, most of my knowledge comes from YouTube videos I watch, so I blame the internet.
That's fantastic. Well, it was on Facebook, so it must. I'm a French model, it must be true. So yes, this does appear to be a book, and it was written by somebody.
Oh, you need faster internet.
Or you're just a different site. I don't know. That didn't seem to. Oh, that's weird.
$7 for that book?
No, there's A Boy and His Dog at the End of the World.
Oh, I bet you that's a sequel. Or it's a different book that somebody just decide to.
Yeah, well, that wasn't working. I would say that.
I don't think. Maybe that's what the movie's based off of.
C.A. Fletcher ring a bell?
Nothing rings a bell with me.
That is fantastic. Well, I don't know if that is one and the same, but it is quite possible that A Boy and His Dog, which is apparently what Fallout was based on, was written by... Oh, no, shit. A Boy and His Dog Harlan Ellison?
Harlan Ellison, yes.
Oh.
Oh, the novella, 1969.
That's I Have No Mouth in My Screen. That dude's awesome.
Yes, and I believe he wrote some Twilight Zone episodes that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He ended up suing James Cameron for Terminator 2, and he won. So
look at that.
Yeah, so you see Harlan Ellison name in the end of not Terminator 2, the first Terminator. So at the end of the movie, you see like based on Harlan Ellison, and James Cameron hates him because he had to put it there. And there is an episode of I forget it was Twilight Zone or Outer Limits that was basically the Terminator.
I'm going to add that to my wish list, and I will buy that when I remember to.
Yeah, you have to tell me if it's worth for me getting that in audio.
That's fantastic. It's probably a short story, dude.
Yeah, this is a novella, so it'd probably be like 100 pages.
I Have No Mouth in My Screen was a novella too.
I have that game on GOG games.
Without a doubt.
I've never played the game. I know of it. I'm familiar with the game.
I've got it. I haven't played it. I literally have it installed. No, don't get me wrong. I played it. Yeah. I played through it. I have not played it in recent years.
I heard it's one of the point-and-click games where you could fail.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, let me reset your expectations there. It's a point-and-click game where you're absolutely going to fail. Yeah. The odds of actually doing everything correctly to get the good ending are pretty much nil your first 5 playthroughs. Yeah. Like, it's not going to happen.
I will use a guide.
It's a game where when you use the guide, you may still fuck up. Like, that's how crazy it is. But awesome game, such a dark theme to it. Yeah. Like, it has an eerie, creepy feel to it. Highly recommend it. And the game actually, spoiler alert, ends better than the story did.
Oh.
So the game does, in fact, have a route to a happy ending.
Oh, okay.
The story itself, not so much.
It kind of reminds me of the point-and-click. There's another point-and-click game that came out about the same time as that one called Darkseid.
Oh, yeah, I remember with the airbrush art.
It was
a Geiger.
Yeah, the Swiss guy.
Boom, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, you are a nerd. But yeah, and I thought the game was creepy as heck because it was like...
It was creepy as heck.
It felt like this guy, he knew what hell looked like. Yeah, somehow, he knows what hell looks like, and he drew it and painted and sculpted it.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
It was creepy. It had it has like an Aliens vibe for me, the whole way that looked, his airbrush art there.
Yeah, it's crazy and evil looking. Oh,
that's amazing. I love that I can keep up on certain nerd fronts. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a super nerd because I would be a super nerd if I followed every superhero, and I didn't really when I was a kid.
I'm like an aspiring wannabe nerd, but I'm trying real hard.
Yeah. I'm a nerd in my world.
It's fantastic. Yes. So we're actually already getting through this week's episode, where I know we're only 23 minutes in here, but we're going through our topics quickly today. I don't know if we just didn't have a lot to say about them or what, but wanted to ask you, since last we met up, have you heard anything new? Any new music, new songs?
Oh, new music? I wasn't in the car that much this week. I haven't been able to motivate to go to the office, and I'm going to have to start doing that soon, since technically we are open now, sort of.
Kids are coming on campus?
For clubs and some lab classes, but that's it.
Okay.
And that's going to be like that until next year easily.
It's crazy.
I would say the only song that I heard today was Coming Back by Mitch King that I kind of liked.
Mitch King, and I have to look him up. I'm unfamiliar. I have to admit, I have not really listened to anything, so I've got nothing new to talk about. But I did recommend, I'm doing Nathaniel Rateliff.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but huge fan, and the Night Sweats. Been listening to pretty much everything I can by them, and that's just going to be an ongoing thing. But I did recommend Bob Marley to somebody, so I recommend that to everybody. If you haven't listened to Bob, you really should. His early stuff's awesome. His late stuff's awesome. He is awesome, and it'll make you feel good. So that's my recommendation for this week. If you're not familiar with Bob Marley, you should be.
Yeah, Bob Marley. I agree.
He deserves it.
No Woman, No Cry.
Great song. So many good songs by him. I like a lot of his weird stuff too. Rainbow Country. It's a great song. I had you listen to Mr. Brown the other day because that's just bizarre and absolutely love it. So much good stuff. But yeah, tons and tons of music. Anywho, I did want to actually ask you, though, can you take us through what we now have available? Because I know you are working hard, and I can't thank you enough, buddy, for all your efforts so far. But I know you're working hard on websites and email addresses, and how do people contact us? What can people do now?
So we do have a website. It's tootcast.net for the one other thing. You can also, there's a mailing list you can subscribe to from the website, and I'll send out periodic notices when we get new episodes up.
Nice.
But we are also linked to Apple Podcasts, so any podcast we put up on our website automatically just goes to Apple.
Nice.
I don't know what the approval process was, if they actually listened to us or not, but it took 24 hours and they approved us, and now no matter what I do, it just shows up on the Apple Podcast. We also have a Facebook landing page, but that's mostly just to drive people to our website.
Sure. But again, I got to thank you, buddy, because I've done very little in that regard, and I really appreciate all your efforts there. And yeah, folks, I know we're just getting started here, but we're getting better and better every time we take a go at this. So we'd love your feedback. I'd ask be kind, but I know that's going to fall on deaf ears. So but if you have feedback, please don't be hesitant to share it.
Yeah, if there's any comments of any topics you want us to talk about, or you want us to try out a game or a movie or a song,
absolutely,
we'll comment on it.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got something to say about pretty much everything. But for today's purposes, I'm going to say I think we're done, and that's the one other thing.
All right, good night.